up? Good to see you. It won't let you unmute. It's because we get so many people in. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. Let's get the video on so I'm not all alone. Well, actually, I have Melinda. She's already on it. She rocks. Let's get the video on. Let's get the video on. Wow, so many people. I love it. I love it. Felicia, hello. Good to see you. You're becoming a regular, and I love it. That's right. Cindy, if the others can hear me, but you can't, then it's probably something on your side. And I'm thinking the others can't because they were nodding their heads like they could hear me. Jake, there he is, the man. All right. There we go. There we go. Oh, I forgot the icebreaker question. So, I'm actually curious for this, if you guys even know this number. I was actually looking up for myself. So, how many people move out of state a year? Drop your uh drop your answers in the chat. Your guesses. I'm very curious what you guys will say. How many people move out of state a year? Any and all states, as long as it's in the US. Jake lowballing over there. I was actually pretty shocked when I saw the number as well. I want I want to give people some more chances to. Oh, Jake, let me unmute you too. But give people some more chances to do it.
I think I read somewhere at one point that Florida has like 13,000 people relocating there per week or something like that. For like second houses. I don't know. That might be a lie, so don't
Well, I
take that.
mean, listen, in peak COVID, where people were leaving California to come to Tennessee, I mean, it was like 800 or 900 people a week just in Nashville.
Yeah.
So if you take Florida as a whole, I could see that. Carrie finally getting up there, 1.5 mil. And remember, this is all states, just in case that wasn't clear. I realize the question might be a little ambiguous, a little confusing. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you guys. Between 7.5 and 8.2 million people
Wow.
move out of state annually. Is that not crazy?
There's every referral you'll ever need.
That's what I'm saying. If you look at the number of houses sold, it's like, what is it? Man, I had the number now. How many houses sold last year?
Think around 4.5 to 5 million.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. So that's double, right? Like it's just a crazy number. Like obviously not everybody's buying and selling, but I was reading a bit more into the research because I like nerding out on this stuff. And like someone moving out of state is actually far more likely to be someone who's buying or selling a home because people who tend to move out of state are more financially capable. They're usually moving from a house they already own and they're downsizing to go to Florida to be closer to family, grandkids. They're transferring for a job. Um, they're, uh, well, actually, those are the two biggest reasons. I was trying to remember the third one. Um, and I'm drawing a blank. So, like, these ones aren't just like here's a random number and some of them might buy homes. These are like prime candidates because if they're moving out of state, the cause for their moving is likely a positive indicator for housing, and then their capability to buy a home is usually up there. And I'm honestly, if you think about it, like you guys all know people, man, moving across the street for some people is a bit hard financially. So anybody moving across state, like that's That's a really, really hard endeavor because most of the time you don't, if you're doing it without a job, now you have to have time off of work. You have to have money saved. You have to have money to do it. Like you have to be often in a better place than you are, or you have to have like nothing. Whereas I could just go move in with family, right, or something like that. So I was pretty shocked, but then when I kind of did more research, I was like, okay, it makes sense. So I felt like that was like a perfect setup for some of what we're going to talk about today. So you're here. Um, and we're just going to kind of get into it like we always do. We got the amazing Jacob coming back. And I'm really, really excited to share with you his platform that he built. We'll get into it in a second, but I'm pretty stoked about it because I love seeing people like us build tools for us. They're just always better tools. They tend to have way better missions and purpose and drive, and that's because they get us. They're one of us, and Jacob is absolutely one of us because you know that last week he was sharing his story. So let's get into it. This is for all the agents who have clients that are relocating but don't know how to send those clients to them, don't have a good network, want a much more established passive income. And we're not talking about the passive income that you see on TikTok. We're talking about ones that are literally related to your referrals and your license. So everything that you're already doing it, but doing better, more efficiently, more effectively. Okay. And with that being said, it kind of leads into wanting to make more money without selling more houses. And if you think about it, what is a referral? It is without having to sell us. Okay. So I like to give context because if I didn't give any context on these, I would say they would scream like MLM type stuff. Guys, we're still talking about real estate. We're talking about referrals. We were talking about all of that. So I wanted to give you good context there. Okay. This is not recruiting either. This is like focused first and foremost on the referral business. Okay. Okay. I feel like I just, you know how it is, Jacob, right? Like nowadays, like
Yeah, yeah,
someone
of
says
course. I
passive
have nothing
income,
to sell you
great.
guys. There, I have
Yeah.
nothing to sell you. So quick disclaimer on that. And yeah, just basically gonna dive into, what ReferralMate is, how I do it, why we started it, and then in addition to that, how to have referrals of your own. So like Robert said, you could start making some money. You're, not unless you do it really well. You probably can't retire off of doing, 5 or 10 referrals a year, but if you can make some more money, at least it's just another tool in your belt.
I bet you Ryan Sherhan could retire off of the referrals he might send.
I saw when the last season of his show came out, he had so many people submitting forms on his website that the domain servers got completely shut down. So yes, there you could. We also have agents on ReferralMate that only do referrals for their entire business. So I guess maybe I should say yes. If you build a large enough system for referrals, that could be your career. And
Yeah.
they're one of the most passive things in real estate. At least I think so.
One of the agents we know at Epic, she does about 100 and I think last year she did 106 referrals. Um, I need you to link you guys up. She would be I don't think she's on there, so we got to get her. Got to go on. All right, guys. 4 commitments for being on the call. Number one is video on. So let's get those videos on. Some of you guys are already on it. Melinda, Felicia, Justin, Keith, Chris. Oh my gosh, even with all the sickness, at least you're strong enough to stand now, man. I'm glad you're here. Uh, Maddie, what's up? I see Jamie too. Monica, good to see you as well. But we have a whole bunch of people with their videos are not on. Let's get those videos on, guy. It means the world to Jake and I. It makes us, we just feed off of that energy and seeing real people. Because let me tell you, Jake and I talk to AI plenty enough. We love to get our chances to talk to real people. Get those videos on. Number two is distractions off. You guys are way too smart to come here just to be distracted. Um, yeah, you did not show up here just to spend your whole time looking at the phone or browsing on Facebook. Listen, guilty, guilty. That's why I made this for myself first. There are times even again, total disclaimer because I want to always grow and be vulnerable too. There are times where when the guest would take over, I would find myself wanting to drift to my phone, right? So I started to have to take precautions because I have to lead by example. If I tell you don't be distracted, I got to make sure I'm doing the things it takes to not be distracted myself. Okay. Number three is participate. We might have questions for you. We might have even little exercises to do. Get in and get involved. You actually will retain information better and you'll be able to apply it better. Not only that, but you'll more than likely go put it into practice. The more that you engage, the more that you absorb, right? And trust me, today alone, all of you, I know all of you would love way more referrals than you have. Okay. And then last, but honestly, the most important one, at least for me, is always go and make someone else's day. I don't care how, I don't care who. Just go bless someone. You are blessed. We are blessing you. And we would like you to carry that out to the world, to the people around you. So just go be really intentional. Go bless someone you didn't even expect to. Bless someone who's a pain in the butt and maybe doesn't deserve it. Go bless them. Okay. All right. So, real quick, just a short things need to change type moment. I want you to think about every client, friend, family member who's ever relocated, moved for a job, or bought a second home somewhere else. Over the years, over your life, depending on how old you are and social you are, that's in the hundreds at least. In the hundreds at least. Just you alone, okay? Just you alone. So that's obviously money you could have earned. But what I didn't put in here is I want you to think that every agent also had hundreds of people too, friends and family and former coworkers that moved out of state as well, that moved away, moved outside of their area. And there are how many agents, Jacob? 1.4 billion, 1.8 million, something like.
1.4 licensed realtors. They don't have a number on just real estate agents. Some don't
Right,
hold the
right. The
same number. Like,
realtors. You're right. That's just NAR.
yeah,
Um,
so 1.5 to 2 million ish.
yeah. So all of those people have had hundreds of people move outside of the areas they work. And this is essentially the opportunity we're trying to show you today is we're going to help you cultivate it in your own sphere, build those networks and relationships, and for all these other agents. And we're going to get into some numbers in a second that will blow your mind, unless you read the promo emails and then you already got a little bit of a taste. But first, just to get it warm up, here's exercise number one. Say it with me. Things need to change. And the good news is they will. And today it starts with ReferralMate. I'm so excited to share this with you guys if you can't tell. Because honestly, already when we were looking at the stats, I saw you muted yourself. Yeah, get it. I'll unmute you again. But the stats were already 1,000 plus agents have already gotten referrals on the platform. Okay. So, AKA, it works. 1,000 plus agents. Ask the average marketing team that tries to sell you, and they probably haven't had 1,000 agents close a deal despite spending tons of money. And what Jake's offering you is free. Would you look at that? Um, and then, according to NAR, this is really important 38%. Absorb that number. That's more than one third. Okay. I mean that respectfully. More than one third of sellers find their agent through a referral. Okay. So remember, how many transactions happened last year, guys? Pop quiz. Anybody remember for those who were here when Jake and I were talking? How many transactions, how many houses were sold last year? In the millions. Okay. So let's do some math real quick. It was like
4.5.
4.08. Huh?
Yeah, 4.1 to 4.5. It
Yeah. So let's
changes
just
as rates
let's just
change.
say 4 million times 38%. So that means if we 38% of that number, 4 million, is 1,520,000 transactions were closed, deals were had through referrals. You guys feeling that? Do you get chills? I got chills. I felt that. That's what you're missing out on, but that's what we're trying to change for you today. This is what Jacob has been working relentlessly to do. Okay. So I'm pretty stoked to share this with you if you can't tell. And remember that the average referral fee is what is it, three times, right? I have my notes. Average rent price
Yeah,
and two times the average mortgage payment.
yeah, exactly. And that's just based on like very average numbers. Average home price, 400,000, 3% commission, 30% referral fee. Comparing that to the average rent in America. And I did all the research here. It's actually a little bit over three times. But yeah, the average referral fee, meaning if you send out a client, you will more than likely get three extra rent unless you live in New York City or Miami. If you live in Pennsylvania, where I live, it is literally 3x rent. So, um,
In
not
other
so
words,
bad.
it pays the bills, probably it pays the main bill probably for a month to 3 months, depending on where you live and all the factors. And I love looking at it that way. Actually, when I have expenses, I take them and go, okay, what do I need to earn to cover these versus just always try to save my way into something. I always cut all the time. But anyway, I could talk about finance forever. So the point of this, guys, is that one, it works. NAR says that, and that's just NAR. So that's actually more referrals that happen outside of NAR scope. And to be honest, the number's going to keep going up. More and more people are probably going to start to leave the NAR sphere. And so what that means is that there's actually more referrals. So there's more than 1.5 million transactions that happened through referrals. I would say it's a pretty worthy thing to try and tap into. Would you guys agree? Genuine question. Would you guys agree? Hey, maybe I should focus a little bit more on getting some referrals because more than one third of all transactions that happened last year came from a referral. And remember that also investor referrals are a very common thing. Agents often, when I used to work with a lot of investors, I absolutely referred them to other agents that covered areas I don't work. So those are investor referrals. You might get a referral through this process and then have a pleasant surprise that that referral wasn't just your average referral, it was an investor. Like that exists, okay? All right. So, everyday people you know and people they know are paying agents to buy and sell their homes, okay? The same goes for the agents that serve them. So, this is about establishing the relationships that lead to referral commission checks. It's pretty simple, pretty black and white. So now I am going to let Jake take over and we're going to get into it. Step one, of course, is setting referrals at the first meeting. And I love, just real preface, I love that you're going to help agents prep before they even get to ReferralMate. You're prepping them on getting referrals in general. So take it away, brother.
Yeah, yeah, thank you. And just a couple quick thoughts about what you're talking about is like, yes, there are millions of people buying and selling and referring, but the way that like when I think of a million, I can't even comprehend that. Like it's just so big, it's like that's a lot. That's too much for me to think about. But the way that like you said, I like to kind of chunk it down and think, hey, if I sent out three referrals this year and took two inbound referrals, that's very good. For the average person, that's going to increase your income a lot by at least, 15 to 20%. So that's, I like to, the big numbers are great for the headlines and everything, but I like to really, chunk down and try to make it a little personal for myself. So yeah, I think, quick thought on that, but yeah, setting referrals at your first meeting. And this could be for buyers or sellers. A lot of the times we all, you go on listing appointments or you meet a buyer at a coffee shop for the first time. And at least for me, before I, really started thinking this way, my first thought was always, where do you want to buy? Like what markets are good for you? Or if you're selling, oh, we should list for 525,000 because it's perfect, perfect market price, blah, 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 all that. But when I shifted a little bit, I actually, there's been listings that I haven't won, but I actually made money off of because I referred that client because they're selling here and they're moving to, these people were to Texas, Austin, Texas. So I referred them there. I didn't get the listing. I actually got beat out. So I'm human too. But I got beat out for the listing. But I referred those clients from the first meeting to an agent in Austin, Texas. That guy closed the deal, and I collected a referral fee. But basically, when you go to a listing appointment or you meet a buyer for the first time, I always try to just serve them where they are because a lot of the times, as we know, You go on a listing appointment and they're just not ready yet. They just want to meet agents and find out about numbers. But if you start, at least for me, when I started shifting it from right now, my commission 6%, blah, 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 and making it about right now, I always try to push it out to the future for sellers specifically and say, hey, I see you have the kids running around. Where are you guys going next? I'm sure you're planning on schools, communities. You want to move to Texas. Where are you going? Because how can I help you when you're on the way? And that, at least for me, I've noticed that it makes people a lot more comfortable with me because I'm not just talking about selling their house and making money off of them right now. I think, hey, if I can connect these people with a referral agent in the future, first of all, even if they don't use me, maybe I can make some money off of it, but it also makes them a lot more comfortable because you're coming from a place of service rather than a sales pitch. So I do it all the time. Like you said before, with investors, my best clients are investors, and I refer them all the time. One of my guys in PA is starting to look in Florida and Tampa, and I mean, for him, that's hundreds of thousands of dollars in referrals commissions. So my thought is, why not at least try to dip into it a little bit? And it's referrals. It's 100% legal. That's Zillow's entire business model is referrals. So like you said, it sounds too good to be true, but realistically, you're taking your clients and helping them for their next move, or if they're a buyer moving to your market. Robert, you're in Tennessee. There's a lot of people moving to Tennessee right now. When they call you and say, hey, in 6 months, I want to move to Tennessee, could you help me? You say, yes, of course, but I could actually help you right now. And then that's when you refer that client out to a local agent wherever they are. And it's, for me, referrals have been great. I see Chris in here, Chris Rains. He does a lot of referrals, and for me, it's a game changer because on those slower months, when you're not selling real estate, you might get a referral fee check come in, and it makes life a little bit easier for me. So I guess that's why we're all here.
I love it, dude. I love it. It's so powerful. I like that you said that you set it up initially where you're focusing on where they're going because sometimes the immediate can feel overwhelming. And even though they know that they're meeting with a real estate agent right now to talk about listing their home, there is that anxiety. There's often a defensiveness
Yes.
of it. But when you kind of just say, don't worry about it, where are you going? Now we're getting to the stuff they actually care about. They want to be somewhere else. They don't want to be where they are right now. It's too stressful and it's too much work. So I really love that you're like, get to that place. And then also, when you do that, you might discover opportunities for you to make money. And I mean, even in state, guys, don't think just like, oh, it has to be California, Tennessee. Like, I do not go all the way out to East Tennessee. I'm not driving to Knoxville. That's a 2 hour drive for me each way. Man, my thing is I don't go outside usually 30 to 45 minutes time wise. It's just not good for me. So like the network it can be relatively close to you too.
Yeah, yeah. And actually, I'm gonna work the chat here a little bit to keep people engaged. Learning from the pros. Drop a number one in the chat if you have a client that just drives you crazy. It doesn't mean they're a bad person. It means I'll go first. I'll be the first one to do it. I have some clients sometimes that they're just a little bit much for me. So that's actually, like you said, it doesn't need to be this grand, crazy 1.5 million people moving to Florida. We all have clients that might make you a little bit crazy. Whether it's they just have an opposite shift as you and they call you at 8 p.m. or they call you at 5 a.m. So those are actually my favorite referrals is just taking somebody that I just maybe don't mesh with and saying, hey, I actually found a really great resource. I realized maybe our schedules are a little bit off. The showings have conflictions. I'm actually going to set you up with my buddy. Here's his info. And then you make the group chat, you connect that referral. But that's actually, it's funny because that's my favorite kind of referral is just lightening my load a little bit
Yeah.
and, serving that client, but also, letting myself breathe a little bit for the overwhelming people.
I love the self-awareness. I mean, we always teach agents every week about how important it is to manage their time. And the thing is that we have to be self-aware. And some of us emotionally, we shouldn't work with certain clients. And another agent may be more resilient. You know, Shout out to Chris again. Chris will pretty much take on any client, even as long as they don't break any laws or any ethical things. Chris is like, I'll close the deal. I'll get the check. I'll probably get a referral out of it too. I've seen them, right? But there are others, myself included, where I'm like, listen, I'm just not here. I and this is sucking the rest of my business with it, right? And so that self-awareness is really important. All right, let's move on to step two. So now let's get into referral mate. You know what I realized we didn't actually put as a slide? We didn't actually describe what referral mate is. We just went right into what to do. So why don't you take a quick second? And if you need to, you can actually share your screen if you wanted to. I know I'm throwing you on the spot, but I just realized we were so ready to show them how to win referrals, we didn't actually show them what referral mate is.
Yeah, yeah, that's all right. So let me share the screen here. And even a step before that, there might be an agent here that doesn't know what a referral is. A referral is when you have a client that you either don't want to work with or you can't work with because they're in a different market, different area, whatever. You take that client and connect that client with another realtor. By doing that, you could attach a referral fee to that sale. So let's say I refer a client to Robert that's moving to Tennessee, and that client buys a $400,000 house. There's a $12,000 commission, and I collect a 30% referral fee. I made $4,000 by giving that client to Robert, aka Zillow's entire business model that beats up some agents. But yes, let me share my screen here and
I'm
basically
gonna stop sharing on mine.
okay, cool.
Yeah, it
Here,
was funny when I was going through the slides. I was like, wait a second, we should probably show them and tell them what referral mate is.
yeah, okay. So Chris, I'm sorry, Robert, could you see this here?
Yes, I see it. Everybody else see it? Okay, thumbs up.
Okay,
Awesome.
okay, perfect. So this is ReferralMate. ReferralMate is an agent to agent referral marketplace. So we're all familiar with how referrals work right now. You throw them on Facebook, a bunch of people tag a bunch of people, and from my personal experience, it just never worked perfectly for me. So my wife and I actually built ReferralMate, and this is actually, as of yesterday, a brand new interface. And Chris and I were talking this morning. He's having a little bit of trouble logging in, so we're fixing that. But this is ReferralMate. As you see here, 12,000 agents have joined so far. It's actually 12,285. Right, I checked right before we started this call. We just crossed $300 million in referrals exchange. It's like 301 million. So of course we had to update that there. Right now, we don't take a single penny from anybody. Out of this whole $300 million, it has cost us to run this platform. And of course, we are in all 50 states. But basically, everything you see here, these are referrals posted by realtors that are a part of this 12,000 agent bunch. So yeah, there we go. Let's take this Dayton, Ohio referral for example. I remember this one because these buyers, it's funny. They're looking at an abandoned KFC building in Dayton, Ohio to purchase. So chances are, chances are the agent, I don't know exactly who posted this, maybe it's somebody in this call. Chances are they just don't have experience working with abandoned fast food restaurant buildings to purchase. So this was posted by an agent. The agent's looking for a 15% referral fee, which is a steal for a $500,000 referral. But basically, the agent that posted this is looking for other agents in Dayton, Ohio that could work with this client. And as you see here, 5 agents applied to that. So, I mean, I think that's a pretty good deal. A $500,000 inbound buyer looking at a commercial building with only a 15% referral fee. And like Robert said, if you're getting these investors, chances are if somebody's buying an old KFC, they'll probably be investing again in the area. So that relationship, even though there's a referral fee on the first one, maybe the
Mhm.
second, third, fourth, fifth, 10th deal you do with him, nothing's attached to it. But let's get into the platform here. And this will look a little different for everybody that's already a member of ReferralMate. But again, this is the entire list of referrals again here. Looking down on the left side here, let's do Rock Hill, South Carolina. This is a 450 to $550,000 seller. It says 100% referral fee. That's not true. Um, Oh, it's $100 referral fee. Okay, scratch that. Sorry, I'm on the spot here trying to pick good ones for us.
You're good, dude. Show
So
them the
this
bad too, right? So they know.
Of course, of course. So this referral here, this is a seller in Las Vegas. 10 agents applied to it. There's a 30% referral fee, 450 to $550,000. When you go down here to the description, looking for a strong listing agent in Vegas. Sellers looking to interview 3 agents between March 1st and 3rd, 30% referral fee. Comment with your credentials. So let's say you're an agent in Las Vegas and you want to throw your hat into the ring and work with this person. All you do, you find it here on the left side, of course. You hit apply, you scroll down, and then you type in, I am the best realtor ever. Or obviously, don't write that. Write what you like. Write what describes you. Why should you work with this person? They're interviewing other agents, of course, just like everybody in the world does. So you want to really use this section right here to sell yourself. Say, how many deals have you closed? What type of clients have you worked with in the last 6 months? How many listings have you had? And guess what? If you don't have those stats to show it, say how much of a hustler you are. Say, listen, this is my second listing I ever got. I won it because I was as honest as I could be. The guy, he was actually a priest from New Jersey selling in the Poconos where I live. He's like, we're talking with a lot of agents, and it seems like they have more experience than you do. And I was honest. I'm like, I can't lie to you, especially because you're a priest. I have nothing else going on. You will get 100% of my attention. So if that's you and that fits that's your best quality right now, tell the agent that because they're probably going to want something that's going to work like crazy for this client. But again, these are all of the active referrals that are posted. We've had thousands of them. Right here is your profile. And again, this is a new platform. So if anybody runs into issues, please, please, please let us know. But this is your profile, your tags here, short-term rental friendly, investor friendly, blah, blah, blah. So a little bit of everything. But yeah, basically ReferralMate is an agent to agent referral marketplace. And if you're looking to apply to referrals, all you do, all referrals, filter to your state. Let's say you're California. And then boom, these are all referrals that were posted in your market that are currently available right now. So that's ReferralMate.
Boom. That was awesome. It's
Thank you.
so clean
Sorry.
too.
Hopefully that was good. I was on the spot there a little bit.
I know. Forgive me, but I think you handled it well. Uh, guys, did just even the quick explanation make sense to you? Did you understand the concept now of referral mate and also why it's so awesome? I mean, 300 million in transaction volume has happened. That is insane.
Yeah, and one really quick thing, the most important part, kind of the whole idea of, making some money off of referrals. Let me share my screen again here really quickly one more time.
Do it.
Uh, Something that a lot of agents don't know about ReferralMate is that you could also be posting your referrals here. So that client that's driving you a little bit crazy, your cousin's relocating to Montana for work, anybody that's moving anywhere or a client that you don't want to work with, you post that person as a referral. So you go in here, let's say it's a seller, let's just say Miami, Florida. Oh, there we go. Miami, New Mexico. Never even heard of it. $500,000, 25% referral fee. The description here, what you'll do is you'll describe the client. So if it's your daughter moving or your mom moving, you say something along the lines of, I'm looking for a really compassionate agent that's willing to work slowly with my mom as she downsizes going to Florida. If you have a shark investor, I have an investor that's going to require 100% of your time, but they will close deals. So you want to really describe that client here. And then if you have any preferences, let's just say you want it to be an Epic agent and you want them to be a veteran, if I can spell correctly. You add that here. And then if I were to click post, it would populate it over here in the referral list. And then all of the agents in New Mexico would get notified. So again, it is very, very similar to a job board. It is a referral marketplace for realtors, and so far it's going pretty well.
I love it, man. It seriously excites me too because again, you're an agent. You built this for agents. Agents use this platform. Agents dominate this platform. It's not filtering through Zillow. It's not filtering through Opcity and all of these other entities that don't know agents, don't really care about agents. Um, and it also, what's really, really important is that it's building the agent to agent network.
Yep.
This is our industry, and our clients sign up for us, and they want referrals from us. That's where the trust is, that's where the relationship is. And so this helps to build what we should already be working towards, which is agent to agent relationships, right? All right. So, guys, keep the questions coming. We'll get to them at the end of the call, which is we're not that far away, actually. We're making great time, believe it or not. And so now we can go to the next slide. Let me pull my slides back up. We'll go to the next slide that shows where you can or how to win the referrals now. So everybody saw ReferralMate, you know what to do, and where the platform is. But now let's talk about how you actually win it. You saw on the Las Vegas one there was 10 applications, and they're only wanting to interview 1 to 3 agents, which means that agent is going to have to pick of those 10. He's going to have to pick 1 or 3, 1 to 3, and send those to the client to interview. So how do we win? How do we win these, Jake?
Yes, that is the golden question is there's so many referrals, there's so many agents, there's so much going on, but what does that matter to me and how do I win? That's the most important question. And personally, it's just like winning a buyer or winning a seller. You're now, instead of selling yourself as a listing agent, you have to sell yourself to the agent referring that client out. So, for example, if they say, my brother was in the military, he's looking to buy his first house, he's a VA buyer, and I really need somebody that can take their time with him. If that's not you, if you're just not somebody that's familiar with VA loans, or you're not somebody that wants to work with, a big tough guy. My brother has 2 gigantic German shepherds that go with him everywhere. So if you don't want to work with that person, you don't have to apply. But if you do want to work with that person, you have to sell yourself. I know, a lot of times I look all over social media and there's so much chat GPT everywhere and there's M dashes and it's just a lot of the same thing over and over again. But you need to clearly articulate why you are the best person for that referral, and that probably will not come from a copy and paste chat GPT prompt. You want to talk about yourself, talk about your experiences. Maybe you're a veteran too. Maybe you just bought your first house. Maybe you downsized in Florida and you're a perfect fit for that client. So you want to read the descriptions. Don't just apply, but read the descriptions. Find out what this agent is looking for in this referral. And if it's you, sell yourself and sell yourself hard. Put effort into it. Just think, for example, if Google posted a job on Indeed and they're looking for a new chief marketing officer, and 50 people apply and 49 of them put one sentence in or they put just a little bit about themselves, they won't stand out at all. The person who puts the most effort in will most likely stand out and most likely win that job, or in this situation, referral. So I know it's not the most interesting thing of all time, but it really just comes down to the effort you put in is what you get out of it. That doesn't mean you need to spend a half hour doing it, but take 5 minutes, write a really good description of yourself, put effort into it, and that's what I've seen across the board, what works the best.
I love what you're saying too. Talk about your current clients. You mentioned it there. Um, Agents desire the outcome. If an agent is looking for a referral, they want 2 things, right? To keep their client happy and to get paid. And when you keep those points in mind, right? Me going, and I teach this to agents all the time, you just going, I'm number one, doesn't make it relevant to anybody. You have to translate that into something relatable, right? Gary Ashton's a great, powerful team at Remax, just right in my backyard in Nashville. And I have beat Gary Ashton in clients. It's not because Gary Ashton isn't great. He's phenomenal. He's phenomenal. He runs a massive team. He's very successful. But I was able to make it personal versus copy and paste. And his thing is, I'm number one. We're the best, right? I can't say that. I can't say that I beat out Gary Ashton. I haven't. But what I can say is, and you hear about the relationship, and you mentioned earlier about being a veteran. Find something that makes them relate, and agents are still human, and so they're looking for that as well. They're looking for someone who they think will get their client. They'll get them, right? And so when you hear the German shepherds, don't overlook that. Talk about a little bit about how you like dogs or you have dogs. So you're fine with the German shepherds. Okay, great. Great. Because they're big German shepherds. I need to know that my client's going to be okay with you. Because the assumption is that the agents, if they're applying, are competent enough to get the job done. Because
Mm.
we as agents really have no way to verify that. I've met number one agents who are entirely incompetent, who have done horrible jobs, and I don't know how they got there, honestly. So the focus more is that can you handle these specific client needs? Are you the ideal person for that? So focus on that, emphasize that. And if you have even relatable stories, right? Going back to the veteran, absolutely. And just recently, I helped a veteran do X, Y, and Z. Oh, okay. So this person has worked with my exact type of client and gotten the job done. Right.
Yeah.
So I just want to emphasize it because I think that's really powerful, but it's very easy to overlook when you're doing it because we love to do our accolades. I'm certified. I'm this. I'm that. Okay. So what?
Yeah, and something else that I've seen really work too, because again, we look at every referral that's posted. Like these are all real. It's not just, me throwing them up there in my spare time. These are all real referrals, and we also see who wins the referrals. And when I look through the applications and find out, okay, what are the similar traits here? How are these people winning? A lot of it also comes down to talking about not only this referral, but the clients you have. So for example, this guy wants to buy an old abandoned KFC. Maybe, just maybe, there's an agent in Ohio that recently closed an old McDonald's or recently is going to be listing an abandoned building. So you also want to leverage anything you have.
Mm.
If it's a first time home buyer, also add in there, hey, I just listed the cutest little cottage on the water. I think your clients would love this house based on what you said. So I might even have the listing for these clients. So anything that
Oh,
you
yeah.
have, talk about what you have. And we talked about that a little bit last week with using a Facebook strategy to generate clients. But any edge that you have, if you just closed a first time home buyer, if you are going to, in the next 2 months, going to be listing a little duplex that's perfect for house hacking, talk about it and put the effort in because the agents on
Mm.
the other side appreciate that. And as we all know, referrals are typically personal. It's typically your mom moving or your cousin or your brother. So they want somebody who cares about them just as much as you do. So that's my 2 cents on how to win referrals.
I love it. So let's talk about your version, the referral mate version of the passive income kind of conversation, because we all like to make money. Um, but how would it work in the referral sense?
Yeah, so basically how it works and the affiliate program, that's like the smallest version of all of this, but I'm sure you guys, a lot of people in here are familiar with Alex Hormozy and everything that he does. And he runs school. So I thought if Alex Hormozy runs school and knows what he's doing with affiliate programs, maybe we don't need to reinvent something new. Maybe we could just, borrow his idea for the affiliate program that he runs. So ReferralMate is free right now and will be free for a little bit longer. Actually, it'll be free forever with what you see right now. We're going to add more features to help agents win referrals, and that probably will have a price tag with it. With that price tag, we're also anybody who refers an agent into ReferralMate that signs up, they'll get a 30% of their revenue for life. And I know this is, not the craziest thing in the world, but someone like Robert, hey, he might have 1,000 agents in his community. Those agents sign up for ReferralMate. He gets $30 per month times their entire lifetime per individual. So hypothetically, I know this isn't worked out perfectly. Hypothetically, Robert will have $30,000 of monthly passive income through bringing people into ReferralMate. And again, quick disclaimer, ReferralMate, everything you see right now will be for free forever. This will only be if you are able to and you want to be able to stand, apart a little bit. We will most likely have a paid option, but everything you see right now, this is not a bait and switch. Everything you see right now on the platform is free and will be free. So the affiliate program, I think it's cool because you don't need to go out and bring in 1,000 agents. Maybe you could go out and, your local office or your local team, you could bring in 50 people or 10 people. It just helps pay the bills a little bit and gives you a little bit of money. But the referral income, when you're sending outbound referrals from your existing client base and collecting a referral fee on those deals, when that closes, you get paid. And the whole concept of passive income is I do something one time and get paid for it in the future. Just like investing in real estate. You invest one time, you buy one property, and then you get paid every month with that property without having to redo the work. And that's basically what a referral is. If let's say Robert was my buddy and he wanted to move to Nashville and he had no idea anything about real estate, I take Robert, I connect him with an agent in Nashville, and then when Robert buys a house, I get a paycheck. So I would say that's taking someone adding them to a platform, serving them, helping them get the right person, and then getting a paycheck. I would say that's probably the closest, maybe second to recruiting in real estate, maybe the easiest way to actually have passive income. So that's how, two ways on ReferralMate. If and when we have the affiliate program, we'd love to have you guys. But more importantly, how to make the big paychecks is referring clients out, and you only have to refer them one time. You don't have to refer them 10 times over. Find an agent, they close the deal, you get a paycheck.
I can't emphasize enough too. Like, I mean, all you're doing is just working with the people you work with when you're producing the referrals yourselves, guys, is you're just taking people that are moving outside of your sphere anyway, right? Obviously, or else you'd be repping them. And you're providing them a clean, simple way. I have sent so many referrals through Facebook and I'll get 400 comments. And it's getting to the point to where it's almost impossible for me to even sort through it, right? But having a clean way to see these applications, to see these qualifiers, and knowing Jacob now and where we talked, he's only going to make it better over time. It's going to get smarter. I'm sure the smile tells me that he's already got things in the works that are
Yeah.
already improving the process to make it better for you and your clients.
Yep. And
Have people
something really big on that. If I could jump in quickly,
do it.
we don't have it yet, but a big problem with referrals is you send a person out and you have a referral agreement signed, but you kind of forget about it. It, kind of gets, to the bottom of the pile on your desk. And then it's like, oh yeah, 2 years ago, I did refer that person out. What agent was that? So right now there is a tracking use case on ReferralMate. We have tracking right now, but it's not what it's going to be. Something that I think is really cool is for listing referrals, we're actually going to be pooling public data. So if you refer out anybody anytime on ReferralMate, you don't need to track it. When we pull public data, if that address matches the public search, you will get notified that your referral closed.
Wow.
AKA, we 99% can ensure that every referral you send out, you get paid for. And that's personally for me, I've referred out a million people and I kind of forget even who I referred and who I referred it to. So again, it's
Wow.
like people ask all the time, like, oh, well, I have Facebook. Why would I use ReferralMate? It's you have sticky notes. Why would you need a CRM? You have a newspaper. Why would you need the MLS? So we're, working on a bunch of stuff.
That's exciting. That's actually one of the biggest headaches. And one of the agents, even Lisa, said, "How do you track the referral to be sure you get paid at the end of the transaction?" I mean, because things happen too. They may be a good agent that you refer to, but stuff happened with the client. Delays happen. They couldn't find the right home. Like I've had that happen. And then 2 years later, they actually go and buy that home. Well, I mean, you still sent the referral. You should still get paid, in my opinion.
Yep. Yeah. And again, like it's not necessarily out of malice.
Right.
I forget stuff. Everybody forgets stuff. Maybe you just forgot. You work so much with that client. Maybe you just forgot who it came from and you didn't intentionally not pay a referral. life's busy. So if there's a little bit of insurance on that, I think at least for me, that's something I really, maybe selfishly want to build so I don't have to, have it in a CRM and on a sticky note and check in every 6 months. It's just there.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. All right, so let's get into the quick common mistakes, three of them that we see. So, obviously, mistake number one is just rushing the applications. I think you emphasize that really well. Don't be lazy. Do not copy and paste ChatGPT, but also don't make your own template and copy and paste because that's basically the same thing as ChatGPT in this context. Customize it. Now, there may be some references that you have. You could have a veteran story that you reference because you work with veterans a lot. Okay, that's fine. You can copy and paste that. But make sure you actually write the application. You write it. We just know when something is artificial. We just have the sixth sense. There's a lot of studies that show it. We just know. And they will feel that and it will burn a bridge and almost guarantee you will not get selected. Okay? So don't be lazy. Put in the time and the effort. Be you. Applying to one referral and giving up. Just like everything else, don't give up. Do the work. Over what is it? The 300 million in volume, right? Like there's a lot of opportunity always happening on ReferralMate. You should be in there. This should just be part of your daily habit. You go and check ReferralMate for the day. You see if you have any applications because this is lead gen. Just to be clear, guys, this is lead gen. This is absolutely lead gen. So you should be checking ReferralMate every day. And for you, those of you in smaller markets, it'll be super quick. And those of you in bigger markets, great. You're doing a direct one-on-one application to a potentially high quality referral. How is that not worth your time?
Yep.
I
It's
don't
just
understand. I see you guys on Facebook commenting. Okay, well then get on ReferralMate and comment and have a much closer, much more likely they'll even see what you say.
Yeah, and something it actually just came to me right now. On ReferralMate, there is an option to like invite a friend. So again, I know I keep using the same example, but Robert, let's say I go on there. Oh, there's a Nashville referral. It's not me, but again, like we said in the beginning of the call, this is all about building relationships. So I could send that referral. Hey, Robert, hey, quick heads up, there's one in Nashville. Go apply. Like it's not necessarily going to benefit me right this exact second, but if you start building out your base of agents, at least for me, real estate has all been a numbers and relationships game. So,
Absolutely.
if you could just give a buddy or a friend or somebody a heads up, it's I just thought of it right now, so might have to think through it a little bit more. But I don't see how that could hurt you if you're helping other agents.
I love it. And then of course the last mistake I see, and I get the skepticism, is assuming ReferralMate is a scam, and I don't blame you. There are so many pop-up websites and platforms and companies, and I would argue that most of them are. I'd argue that borderline Zillow is a scam. Um, so here's the thing: your skepticism is warranted, but it's free. 12,000 plus agents already on it, and 300 million in referrals have been exchanged. The proof is there. And you have literally nothing to lose other than opportunity for your own business. Some other agent will take the thing you don't want to apply for. Okay. So don't worry about that. More of just focus on getting in there and testing it out and seeing how it feels for you. I think that is probably one of the biggest mistakes because, again, you made it free. That's one of I love emphasizing that because it's just a relief
Mhm.
because so many times like everything is just like, yeah, give us $5,000 and then we'll show you how we do our referral system.
Yeah,
Definitely been there many times.
and especially in real estate, like I think we could all agree that there's some sharks out there. Like I feel like you know people that run, let's say, ads, for example, they target agents a lot because there's a lot of agents, and agents, if you're producing, you have a lot of money. So yes, we've ran into that so much. But in case you guys missed last week's call, I'm a realtor in Pennsylvania, currently producing in real estate, like actively working as a realtor. I wrote an offer this morning. I probably am not going to win the house, but the clients wanted to be there. So I'm an agent too. This isn't like, I'm some outsider trying to, skim agents.
I love it. I love it. All right, guys. Since we're low on time, but we definitely got it all done. We're gonna drop the newsletter for you. We'll send you links and stuff, the replay, and anything else. So we'll drop that newsletter in the chat. Make sure you subscribe it. We'll send it on Fridays for you. That's also how you get the notifications so you don't miss calls like this. We send emails to remind you and give you a heads up of what's coming. We also tend to have bonus resources. Sometimes Jacob might reach out to me and be like, by the way, we're doing this, or I have this. You can share it with them. Last week, he gave a content calendar, and we put that in the newsletter. So lots and lots of good stuff. So make sure you subscribe. Um, then go get on ReferralMate, start applying. And here's the good news: Jacob is super active. This is his business. This is important to him. He's an agent like you just said. When you get into our Facebook group, just tag Jacob and show him what you're doing. Show him how you're using ReferralMate, and get involved. Maybe, he'll have some more tips for you, some suggestions. Like as you saw today, he's trying to help you win. Um, and so we've got like 3 minutes left. Any final questions that you guys have for uh, Jacob? I know he covered some of the ones that I already saw in the chat. They naturally came up in the conversation, but since we have a couple minutes, I wanted to give it to you guys if you have any last questions for him. And if not, we can just go get on referral mate and get to work. But I'm gonna leave it. Let's see. Oh, Justin asked. Oh, nope, you already answered that one. But are you working on an app? You can
Yes,
share a little bit about that though.
we actually have an app right now, but it didn't turn out exactly how we wanted it to. So we're actually taking that off of the App Store, rebuilding it, making it better, connecting it with APIs, all that good stuff. So yes, we have an app, but we're going to make it way better. So no point to download now.
Yeah. And just so you guys know, as someone who builds apps, um, what Jacob has built on the desktop or the web app version, and then what building on the app store, that is an unbelievable amount of money and time. It is so much more than you realize. It takes so much effort. So the fact that he is giving so much away for free, um, it just be really grateful. I mean that sincerely. Like, definitely be grateful. It is so much work to build apps, to run it, to have developers, to pay all the costs. And he's doing it to help facilitate agent to agent deals instead of Zillow getting it all, instead of OpCity getting it all. It's you and me, right? It's Chris and Jake. It's Felicia. It's Melinda. It's Cynthia. It's Alicia. It's you guys working together to serve the clients and get paid. And I would pick that over Zillow and all the other platforms any day of the week. I want us to be closer together. So, like, honestly, Jacob, I'm just so happy you built this. I would not do it because it's too much work, genuinely. So, I'm glad that this was your passion and this is something that just came to you because I think this is a great thing for our industry. There's a reason why, guys, I've never brought OpCity on for a call, I've never brought HomeLight, I've never brought Zillow, right? I brought Jacob because he's actually doing something good for us. So yeah,
Yeah, well, thank you. It's like you said, it's definitely it's not cheap, especially like servers and storing. It's a lot, but I think it's worth it.
I love it. I love it. All right. We're honestly right on time, and that is amazing. Remember, everything will be in the newsletter on Friday. So if you missed something or need the links again or whatever it is, we got your back. We got you covered. Again, please share, though. Really share with Jacob the stories that you're doing, the work that you're putting in on ReferralMate, inside the Agent Alliance Facebook group. I really love seeing it. And Jacob, obviously, we'll have to bring you back again because there's so many other things that you do that are awesome. Maybe when we get a 2.0 referral mate too, we'll do like an updated, hey, here's the new features and stuff. Because I just love this stuff. I just love this stuff. So
Yeah, it sounds good.
appreciate you, man.
Happy to help or coach or share knowledge however I could.
Heck yeah, man. Appreciate you. Guys, let's call it. We did good on our time. Woohoo for us. Um, and let's go crush our week. I seriously can't wait to hear you guys winning some referrals and getting out there. And all right, let's call it.
Awesome. Thanks,
See you,
guys.
everybody.
Thanks.